Alright. Right. There we go. Greetings, ladies and lads, and welcome to another stream here. Been quite a while, been 3 days already. I tell ya. Trying to stream every day with uni work, Christmas coming up, and technically speaking, 2 video projects that I wanna, finish before the end of the year. It's quite a challenge, not gonna lie. So yeah, I hope you've all been doing rather well. Alright, stream is connected, alright. And yeah, during the time where I should have been painting, building, streaming, all of that good stuff, Why does it look so different? Hang on. Alright. During the time in which I should have been streaming, building, painting Warhammer miniatures, I've been very, very busy. Just, attending university as usual, as at least I tried to be. Then, of course, editing. I did a whole lot of editing, some of which I'd like to show you later today. And then, of course, painting projects, homework, regular, the video that I wanted to get out till the end of December, though that I don't think is gonna happen, the latter. So I want to quickly show you, this is how far the community project has come thus far. I've been able to paint a couple of, repaint the armor and paint a couple of details here and there. I already cleaned up the coat that she's wearing, the tabard or the robe, or rather the cape, I think. But yeah, apart from that, not really much has happened. And yeah, so tough luck getting this done by Friday, especially if I again want to do everything that needs to be done for the other video. Of course, I could probably push out a video till Friday, though, let's be honest, compromising on quality doesn't really sit well with me, so I think I'd rather decide against that. So, we've got a couple of Space Marines here, all of which have been given to me by my lovely, beautiful, sweet and kind, hard-working angel of a girlfriend. She can, maybe you can hear her in the background, laughing in, what would you call this? Well, glad to hear that, my dear. With that many Space Marines on my desk, I definitely do feel loved as well. That's the problem, right? Every time I wanna say, "Oh, thank you, I love you so much for anything that you do or bring to me," I don't want it to feel like, it's just that because of these things I love you, which is of course not the case. Yes, that's very much correct. Okay, hang on, where is... There we have, all of the windows are steady. There we go. Alright, let's just see where this goes. I'm quite hopeful that this will go somewhere interesting. But yeah, from the original goal of building and painting a Space Marine every day, we've pretty much been downgraded to, hopefully just streaming every day, which has been rough enough. I don't even know which bag this is supposed to be. Anyways, but yeah. Whew, need to collect my thoughts for a second. The whole weekend I've been sitting in front of this, in front of the computer, just editing away at a bunch of videos, clips, shorts, everything. A huge video I want to bring out till tomorrow. I wanted to get it out today as well, but I've been up all night, basically till 4 o'clock. And then today I was just so beat that I couldn't finish it. And again, I will show you what I did behind the scenes. Panzer Kitsune says, "Good evening." Good evening to you as well, Panzer Kitsune. How was your weekend? I hope you had a lot less stressful and hopefully more relaxed weekend than I did. Although I gotta say, with all the work that I do, literally any project, anything that I touch right now is a whole lot of fun. I'm very, very happy. It is a lot of work. Yes, it does present me with a lot of challenges, and it is also very tiring. It is at the same time a whole lot of fun. And it has been very good to reconfirm that if, this whole endeavor would actually lead to somewhat of a career maybe here on the internet, that I would be more than happy to really put in a lot of hours and work into all of this without burning out. Alright, Panzer Kitsune says, "It was a nice weekend. I bought another Valkyrie. Hell yeah, man. I once bought a Valkyrie. Turned out to be a scam. The guy never sent it to me. Had to get eBay involved to get my money back." Yeske says, as long as the end effect looks good, well, I'll try. Panzer Kitsune says, "Just bruh." Yeah, well, I took it in stride. To me, that was just, the lore accurate Adeptus, not Ministrorum, but Departamentum Munitiorum experience. You're sitting in the trenches, you're requesting air support via Valkyrie, and the Munitiorum just tells you, "Oh yeah, sure, sometime." And then you never get anything. So yeah, again, I just took it with a bit of humor. Humor is the button that we press so we don't go mad. Or so the saying goes. Well, you have been working on another Valkyrie. I've never really used much aerial coverage in any Warhammer game so far, to be very honest. Like 40k, like I have never even gotten anything hovering for Warhammer 40k, and I've never really used many flying creatures in Warhammer Fantasy as well. Like when I had access to, for example, griffins and dragons as the high elves. I never got to use my dragons, and I only once used my griffin. Though that's also mostly due to the rules, specifically for 40k when it comes to flying miniatures, that I've just never really got my head wrapped around. I do use a lot of anti-air in my army lists though. Panzer says, "At least it was eBay and you got your money back." Oh yeah, that's for sure. I wrote a bunch of passive-aggressive emails to the seller, and when he didn't respond, I was like, okay, let's get the big guns involved. And eBay, much like Steam, I gotta hand it to them. They sent me my money back immediately. They were like, "Oh, we are so sorry that you had a bad experience. Here is all the money immediately. And we will now turn to the seller and beat the lunch money out of him." So apparently, because the way that they do business is they send you the money that they have. So they apparently have like a bank account for refunds that they pull refund money from, and then they turn to the seller to recoup the loss that they just made. Panzer also says, "I've never played any game. I mainly buy and paint them because I think they look cool." Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, for the longest time, I also don't really think, for the longest time, I didn't think that the Valkyrie really looks that good as well. Was never really my cup of tea. Now I've seen some, paint jobs where I'm thinking, okay, this looks actually, like, there's a lot of potential that you can do with this miniature. A flying unit that I'm very interested, though, in terms of my guard unit would be the Arvis Lighter, though. So the smaller transport carrier. Though that is, I think, Forge World only and costs like $64 or something. Which I think they have gone down in price. I feel like they've gone down in price. I feel like when I first looked at them, they were like closer to 100. Though I guess I gotta watch that video back because I know I got it on video how exasperated I was about the price for that small transport carrier. Oh, Rise is here as well. Rise saying, hey, we just building today? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I've got just so much. I'll show you, actually. I'll show you, why not? I have been a very busy bee. And I'll show you what I've got to show for it. Hopefully you'll be mad impressed. Alright, starting up DaVinci Resolve. What are we building? We're building a couple of Space Marines that I've got. One Hellblaster, one regular Marine, and a Dark Angel Bladeguard Veteran. Or at least, I'm pretty sure it's a Dark Angel. Jeske says, the Raptor was a great model. Someone else could... the Raptor was a great model someone else could build and paint. Building it yourself was one hell of a ride, especially after the Master mold got damaged. Oh, really? The size of the side didn't match by 2 millimeters. That's quite a big. That's quite a lot. Damn. Hot diggity damn. They never fixed that? They just chipped out broken product? Bruh. But yeah, to quickly show you what I've been up to. This is my timeline for DaVinci Resolve. Oh, I haven't really added my face cam here, do I? Hang on. Can I just add this here? Yes. Whoop. There we go. And then, of course, also transform. Where's the transform button? Flip horizontal. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Now I gotta get you guys on screen. They never fixed it, bruh. It's GW, what did you expect? DaVinci is awesome. DaVinci is awesome. It's a great, lovely program. I've been using it for literally 300 videos already, and I've not gotten tired of it. And the quality of life improvement with the current update, oh, so good. Helped speed up my process so much. Alright, hang on. I'll show you guys. So, this is the... because I have my, my video, what's it called? Hard drive currently unplugged. This is currently missing, but that's completely fine. It'll just reappear once I plug it back in. Do you have the free or the paid version? I was thinking about getting myself the paid version for Christmas, but I've only used the free version till now. So far didn't have any issues so far. Had the free and it was probably the best free software on the market. It definitely is, make no mistake. I think DaVinci, so far, what I've seen is the best, most, all-encompassing video editing software that I've seen again so far. Crazy thing. But yeah, what I want to show you is this is the current video, right? This is everything I have edited today. Yeah, but not today, like over the weekend, right? We have a nice intro here, a game got announced, then initial thoughts, then about which factions are gonna be there. This is all about the Total War 40k game coming up, right? I try to put, in my head, I personally am a big fan of videos that are not really very heavily edited. Moist Critical's videos, Asmongold's streams, stuff like that. I love just listening to that. But, at the same time, sometimes I just can't help myself. So, myself, I try to edit a lot, simply because I think it's, I don't know, it usually leads to a more quality product. For example, where do we have it? Here with the, you have Chaos enjoyers seeing their faction left out of two of the most anticipated 40k game reveals of the year. I thought this was just in, funny jest. However, what I want to show you. This video so far 7 minutes and 40 seconds, right? That's where we are currently at. Now comes the kicker. If we zoom out a slight bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. Alright, okay, we actually made it. This is the rest where I still have to do fine-tuning. Rice just says bruh. Fine-tuning, nice little jokes here and there. Sound effects not really, but definitely like pictures and stuff. Yeah, holy shit. So remember when I said that we are currently, everything is fully edited roughly till around the 7.5 minute mark? Whoop, 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 whoop. This video has footage up until roughly the 1 hour mark. So we are roughly 1/10 done with everything, right? And all of that, of course, you know, there are a couple of gaps here because, you know, I leave myself some room to play around with to make sure that I don't destroy any footage while moving stuff around and editing stuff. So I think in the end it will be like 45 minutes or something. But it's still quite a lot. It's still quite a lot. It's a whole lot. And yeah, that's why I've not been able to stream on the weekend, and also why we're today just building stuff. Because it is just so much. The day literally does not have enough hours. I'm going to bed at 4 o'clock. I'm rising again between 8 and 10 o'clock. You know, usually I rise like around 6 to 8 o'clock. But if you stay up till 4, you may get up a little bit later, right? But yeah. I know what that feels, LMAO. Definitely more organized than what I was doing. Well, you know, after 300 videos, you know, you tend to pick up a thing or two. But yeah, this is all about, it is color-coded between like different topics. The smaller topics come to the front. I've pushed them to the front. I try to have everything coherent so that we have like, even if there are different topics and questions that we talk about, it still is roughly in the same group. So it is a rather seamless transition. And then the longer topics, mainly if, for example, the game will have, like, our speculation, if Warhammer Total War 40k will be a standalone game or like a trilogy, that we have all the way in the back. But yeah, this is the video that you will be able to see, hopefully, tomorrow, if not overmorrow. But yeah, for the rest of the week, I will make no more like mentions of, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna stream today, or we're definitely gonna stream tomorrow, because I literally do not know how long this will take me to do, and it is a rather big project, and I do want to have it finished before I go. And this, unfortunately, is also the reason why the community project miniature will not be finished till next year, unfortunately. Alright, back to the building stream. That was quite a lot. Let me close this down. Everything safely. Bryce says, yeah, I have what, 5? I mean, 5 is also... 5 is 5 videos more than... Oh, not really, but a lot more than Heinrich has. So yeah, just throwing some shade on my mate here. Speaking of, have you checked out my small painting guide I sent you? No, not yet. Haven't had to... do you believe me when I tell you that I didn't really have the time? But I definitely will. I think that is very interesting, and before I paint a miniature in your painting style, in your painting scheme, I'll definitely have a look at that. Yes, Jan, I believe you. Thank you. Well, I'm going to chill with my girlfriend over a call for a bit, so I may only join back after later again. Oh yeah, sure, man. We'll be here for a bit. I wanna build 3 Marines today. So yeah, we'll still be here. There we go. Getting the mold lines away. I think the shortest time I spent only editing on a video was 3 days, Lamar. Yeah. I think the shortest time that I've ever spent on editing videos was back in the day of Cursed City. Where I actually managed to get out like 3 videos within 5 days. Which so far is like my record. Apart from like shorts, I'm talking long form, 10-minute plus videos. Including, in that time is included painting the miniatures as well. Painting, filming, and editing. As well as scripting and sound recording. Hot damn, was I quick back then. I managed to push out 3 videos within 5 days. Or at least like 7 days, but no matter. But I do believe that since then, not only my, everything has improved quite a bit. The paint jobs, the editing, the script. At least I hope so. I hope there's a tangible difference between videos that came out 3 years ago versus videos that came out, a month ago. So yeah, funnily enough, with time, the time that I spent on a project actually increased by a whole lot as well. Because my standards just increased as well by so much. That also being said though, the first video that I ever did took me 1.5 months, I think, maybe 1 month. 1 to 1.5 months to complete. My first ever YouTube video. And after that I did, for the longest time, also like a video a month. Then the videos got really quick because the Cursed City followed a predetermined, scheme. And after that, the videos returned to being like once a month. Though, you also ought to consider that back in those days where I could push out so many videos in such a short period of time, it was, apart from the quality difference, also a matter of the coronavirus going around, and me practically being able to do YouTube full time back then. Because I just got out of school, just was chilling with my parents, and therefore had the opportunity to do this. And now I gotta take care of my own flat, gotta study, gotta do homework. All of that stuff. Ugh. Don't I have like one more Hellblaster? No. Actually, don't know now. But yeah. Back to building the miniatures. I think this Hellblaster, so how many Hellblasters do we have so far? We've got 1. We've got 2. One a Celestial Spear. We've got 2 Dark Angels, 1 Celestial Spear. So that makes 3 out of, I think, 5? I think a squadron is like 5 guys. 5 guys, lol. So this guy is going to be a Basilisk for Rice. Though he warned me that I might not be able to send it to him. Maybe a Basilisk? Maybe I'll do another Requiem Marine Basilisk. Not quite sure. Maybe I'll just do this guy another, like a regular Celestial Spear as well. On the one hand, I don't want to just paint the same scheme every day, like every time we stream. Yet at the same time, I don't want to create, like, paint from too many different chapters to, in the end, still be able to end up with somewhat of a coherent army. But, you know. This guy comes with a Dark Angel pauldron, so I could just do this guy like another Dark Angel one. I could do that. Though I think in terms of pauldrons, I'll just hang on a second, because we do have quite a bit of Marines to build today. And I think I'll build them all without pauldrons first, and then assign pauldrons depending on A, coolness, B, need. For example, this guy, this pauldron comes with a blade breaker. At least that's what we call it in Germany. And so I do want to see if maybe the Bladeguard Veteran actually might need that more than the other guy. Okay. Whew, yeah. Christmas is coming up. I'm very excited for to finally be able to, you know, again, don't get me wrong, I love doing YouTube. If I could do this, like if somebody came up to me and said, hey man, you have to do this full time now, or rather you can do this full time now, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. I would do this all no problem. But I'm also very relishing in the thought of soon being able to head home, just partake in 2 weeks of holiday celebration together with my family, and then come back refreshed with new energy and a couple of projects, of course. Though, yeah, the next projects are also going to be very fun. Video projects, painting projects, there's a lot. I already know what I'm gonna do next year. Namely Darkwater, of course. But apart from that, there's also going to be a lot of other different fun projects that I've got planned. Really? Does this guy just pointing at somebody? Yo, can I just give him 2 fingers pointing in different directions? Yo, I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay. I think I'll just showcase this once the guy stands on his own 2 legs. And then we'll see if this is actually an idea that should be pursued. Tyler Reed says, what chapter are you building right now? Currently, hang on, let me zoom out a bit. Currently, this is technically part of our Advent calendar series. So every day there's, I try to take a new approach on painting. So for example, on the 1st of December, this guy, we painted a Dark Angel. On the 2nd December, we painted a Celestial Spear, which is my own, which is the first miniature of a chapter that I made my own. After that, I had a Bladeguard Veteran. All of these miniatures, by the way, are being supplied to me by my girlfriend, who made an advent calendar for me. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But yeah, so we try to differ in Marines. Then we have like one more Dark Angel, but this time in like Legionary colors. Instead of the Caliban green that these guys usually do, wear in 40k. But I also got like this nice Terminator Captain in Gravis armor. I don't know, maybe a Crimson Fist or an Imperial Fist of this guy? Oh, those are beautiful. Oh, thank you very much. Ah, Tyler. Thank you. But yeah, I don't quite know. This guy did come with a Dark Angel pauldron, though I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna make him a Dark Angel. I do have Lionel Johnson. He's another project that I'm yet to finish. Currently sitting on my table. A lot of non-metallic metal action is gonna be there. That's why the brown is currently in place where the gold is. So I think a couple of Dark Angels might not actually be the worst idea. Not quite sure. Maybe I'll paint him in regular Caliban green colors. Wouldn't be too bad. My girlfriend actually got me a Dark Angel contrast green. And I'm gonna say this very quietly so she doesn't hear it, but I'm not the biggest fan of contrast paints. But yeah, you know, now I gotta use it. So, maybe a Dark Angel as well. Work is nuts, so I keep the stream open, says Vash. Hope y'all have a great one. Thank you very much. Whoops. My light died on me. Hang on. I'll be right back with you. But yeah, Tyler, what brings you here? How'd you find this? What project are you currently working on? I'm guessing, you know, if you're getting this as a video recommendation, you're probably working on a miniature project of your own, or maybe you want to get into something like that. I'm very curious. And yeah, Vash, by the way, I hope you had a nice weekend. I'm so sorry for not being able to stream over the weekend. Maybe I'll be able to do that in the night from Wednesday to Thursday. But I just opened the stream with I wanna stop. Like, everything is so nuts right now for me as well, in terms of work and basically everything, that I don't want to make too many commitments right away as well. But yeah, I'll try to stream during a time that's more appropriate for my American bros. Once. Yeah, maybe on Wednesday. Alright, here we are. All the parts laid out perfectly. Got all the mold lines scraped off. The plastic in here, of course. Oh, Francois Marion is also here. Nice. Saluting the stream. Hello. Alright, a bunch of familiar faces again. Francois, how was your weekend? Oh, American bro here. Oh, really? Oh yeah, right. I was. That name always throws me off guard. Throws me off. I'm always thinking you're a Frenchman with Francois as your name, or is it Francis and I'm just pronouncing it wrong? Either way, it's time to get this guy glued together. But yes, probably in the night from Wednesday to Thursday, I'll be able to stream a little bit later on the request of my girlfriend, because she is writing her midterm on Wednesday and she wants to have the evening. You know, I'm streaming, of course, right now in the evening. For me, it's 7:30 p.m. And she would like to have the evening to ourselves. And, you know, she definitely can. Well enough, I made marijuana cornbread and was stoned all weekend. Well, that's definitely one way to do it. Some of us are hard at work and others are hardly working, but marijuana cornbread. Francois is technically correct, but I answer to Frank or Francis as well. Okay. Then I'll keep it with Francois, though. Simply because of the way that it's written. Okay, bingo. Good to know that I can't make any mistakes, though. Oh, I'm retired, why would I work? Alright, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a great... That's a very fair question in this case. Yeah, sure. Are you much of a gamer, Francois? Are you looking forward to the 40k Total War game that's been announced at the Game Awards a couple of days ago? Oh, by the way, I'm just getting some messages from OBS that I'm getting some dropped frames here and there. The internet today is a little bit unstable. I even lost connection completely for like half an hour today. So, hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if it happens, just stand by. I'll hope it's nothing serious with the company providing me with internet. With the provider, yeah, that's what it's called. Man, I'll tell ya, I always thought I was hot shit with my English speaking skills. Especially because I did study English for like 2 semesters before switching over to art. And of course, you know, communicating with you guys and making videos in English, consuming so much English content. But now that my girlfriend is actually like studying English proper, whew, I'll tell ya, I did not know that I was so bad at speaking, like, how many flaws, how many mistakes I still do. Alright, now we have 2 arms right here. One arm pointing, like pointing in different directions. We've got one right, one left arm. And I just want to see, if I were to do this. Alright. It looks as hilarious as I thought. So, but if I ever want to do the Spider-Man meme, I at least know where I could get the arms from. Just need some guy from eBay to sell me a couple of arm bits then. 40k Total War looks nice, I'll get that one. I do play GW computer games and some Risk online. Ooh, nice. I try to game as much as I used to. Painting models feels much more productive and more sociable. Oh yeah, definitely. But still cool to see that got another gamer in here. Tomorrow, at least I hope, I'll release a video discussing the trailer, analyzing what we're seeing, you know, basically throwing my head in the ring in terms of drumming up hype and, you know, trying to ascertain what the game might be about, how it might work, because I am not the like biggest Total War enthusiast, of course, but I've been in the with this series for quite a long time. And yeah, I'm just very happy to see how this will turn out. I agree, you should absolutely do 2 Alpha Legionaries doing this Spider-Man meme. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, of course. Yeah, sure. Hang on, I'll photograph your message in a second. That's the surest way that I'll remember that. But yeah. That's a genius idea. Definitely gotta do that. I hope, you know... This channel is of course mostly supposed to be about miniature building and painting. Specifically Warhammer building and painting, but... I hope that my rambling, or rather... discussion videos, discussion streams of still Warhammer related content are still to y'all's liking, because they are very fun to produce. I just love spitballing ideas, talking about miniatures and miniature design. And now for the first time, game design as well. As somebody with questionable qualifications, you know, it is my great honor to speculate on this stuff. Alright, the Hellblaster is coming together rather nicely. And I think I actually will make him a Dark Angel. Though I'm not 100% sure if he should get the pauldron that I just, you know, found. Alright. The energy backpack is on there. And then the second arm... How's that all supposed to fit together? Hang on. Let me zoom out a bit. There we go. So he's holding the weapon. Surely like this, right? Hey. Hey. Hello? Quite difficult. Could you not? And how is this supposed to... Alright, so it is supposed to go just in there. So it is supposed to hold it like this. Alright. Alrighty, right. I've built like 3 Hellblasters so far, and this is the first time that I'm... Like, this is my 4th one. This is the first time that I'm actually attaching the cable to the gun before mounting the arm to the shoulder. How's it work without you know what? How's it work without hoses and cables, in my opinion? I mean, there is, I think, another version where you can do the whole thing without these kind of cables. But nah. I'm not about that. How is this supposed to actually go? Let's just attach the arms somehow. Don't tell me there's a second... No, shouldn't be. Oh yeah. Should roughly be like this. Okay. Let's glue on cable. Sorry if you can't see this process at the moment, not very well. I'm just trying to get this all together. Yeah, okay. Okay. Nice. Hell yeah. Happy Hanukkah, says Legionary Decanus. Hey man. Merry Christmas to you too. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing very well. And of course, you know, happy Hanukkah as well. How's my German streamer doing? Oh, I'm doing very well. Oh, well, very well. You with so many people watching, I think it should be fair enough to show you once again what I've been working on. And the reason why I haven't been streaming for the past 3 days. And that is gonna be a very big project that I'm gonna show you. To celebrate the holiday, I decided to buy myself the one and only Silent King. Hell yeah. That's the right way to do it. Is my chat box offline, by the way? Don't know what's going on here. My wallet ain't celebrating the holiday though. Oh, mine is, neither is mine, man. Definitely, my girlfriend and I already decided to not, you know, count our expenses this month, as we usually do. I snipped off the hoses and cables and just used the other piece where the hose attaches to the gun. Oh, still use the backpack bits to signify them being heavy Hellblasters. Oh, there's a difference? I didn't even know. I figured something was going on, but yeah, I have no idea about like rules or something. No. But anyway, what I wanted to show you, and the reason of my absence, is this. So, I've been editing quite a bit. And this is my current project that I will hopefully release either tomorrow or overmorrow. So, this is my and Thynry's discussion about the next Warhammer 40k game, Total War Warhammer 40k. A game, you know, where we both are very hyped about, and we talked about this game for 1.5 hours back in our discussion. And yeah, so I've been editing for 3 days straight, literally did nothing else but sit in front of the computer and edit. And I'm currently at the 7-minute mark, 7:40, 7:38 if you were to push this over there, whatever, right? Quite good. Now let's zoom out a bit. Zoom out once more, and zoom out once more. This is the rest that is currently just in its raw, form, and still needs to be properly refined. So, I said we were roughly at the 7.5 hour mark, 7.5 minute mark. Yeah, the video is about an hour long, and once again, the whole discussion was 1.5 hours long, so I already trimmed it down by half an hour. And if I was to edit this properly, I think, like, refine this to the end, we'll probably end up at like around 45 minutes. So it's going to be a big one, a big discussion. I, at least in my opinion, had a whole lot of stuff, interesting things to talk about and give our perspective on, and I hope that you guys will like this. And hopefully that you'll appreciate all the work that went into this as well. Holy shit, 2 cakes in the video to watch? Yeah. This is going to be a long one, so you can, you know, a lot of people are eating while watching their videos. This is definitely a video that you would watch while feasting, not only eating. So yeah, I thought, you know, just a little bit of a preview. Yes, there was 3 kinds of Hellblasters: heavy, regular, and assault weapon. Okay. 10th edition made them just 1 type, bruh. Okay. 10th edition just dumped it down too much, in my opinion. But yeah. Just a quick, you know, tidbit to show you how that's going. Price and Right saying, howdy, sorry for being late. Oh man, dude, you're completely fine. Happy to have you here. How was your weekend? Very much unfortunately, I've not been able to stream. For reasons that I just showed. And yeah, I'll just hope it will all be worth it. Yup, 10th edition DAI hammer. Damn. Yeah. This is just like, I hope, like apparently 11th edition is just around the corner. I hope this will make it everything like more complicated again. And when I say more complicated, I don't mean like in an unnecessarily kind of way, but just please give us more options. Holy shit. As a guard player, I'm literally starving. I went from like late 8th edition straight into 10th. And I lost my first game of 10th edition basically like 56-1 or like 56-6 or something. And the reason I lost so hard is because literally none of the strategies, literally none of my old strategies that I used to have like worked. Because like the stratagems were not, it was a rushed list as well. Like I didn't really pay much attention to 10th edition and how to army build there. But still, bruh. Okay. Now we have the option that I have for this guy is that I'll just have him point at something. But I think that's rather boring, especially when he's just carrying the Hellblaster. And I don't think this guy is the sergeant as well. So, at least not as far as, like, I tried to ask my girlfriend about it. So I think I'll just like to give him a different weapon. Lovely, I just finished my uni on Friday. It was a weekend of celebration. How was yours? Oh, well, I finished uni on Friday as well. Well, for the week, that is. Do have uni tomorrow as again, today. And for the rest of the week. But I actually did. And my weekend was just filled with work. And trying to calm my girlfriend down. Because she has her midterm coming up. And although she's like one of the most intelligent persons that I've ever met, she is very worried about the midterm. Oh yeah, okay, we can give this guy a pistol. That's of course a great sign. I did remember that I had one of these guys. An arm with a Vox transmitter built into it. And you know, this way the Marine can like speak into the Vox. You can model it like he's speaking into the Vox. But unfortunately that's for the right arm, not the left arm. Well, I'm gonna go eat dinner and join you by building my Silent King. Oh yeah, okay, right. See you then. I'll be here around. I'll be here for quite a while. Francois says, yes, I'm here. I went into 10th edition with my Deathwing list and just got wrecked like 3 times before I finally gave up on trying to make that work. Yeah. I mean, again, as a guard player, I don't even know what you're supposed to do. All the flavors just got removed from the game. Absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. President Wright says, I'm sure she'll be fine. It's usually the most nervous people that do the best. Oh yeah, definitely. Again, she's very intelligent. She should have no problem at all doing that. So hang on, we can give him a pistol. This is the left arm, the right arm. And this is also another right arm. This one on the heavy bolt pistol, unfortunately, as well. But we also, you know, we could give him a sword. Which I'm guessing is not going to be law accurate. How is he holding the sword? Maybe like this? Nah, this looks stiff as hell. I'm not gonna do the sword. I'm gonna do the pistol, I think. Very dinky pistol, though. What was the version that... I mean, this match itself just came with an arm where he points at something. No, I'd rather do the pistol. If he's not a captain, lieutenant, or at least a sergeant, I'm not gonna have him point at anything. This guy's supposed to fucking work. Not pretend to work. Nah, he needs a no weapon hand. He needs a no weapon hand, you think so? But what's he supposed to do? He's just pointing at stuff. And again, he's not supposed to... He's not high ranking enough to be pointing at stuff. I know from my own experience as a LARPer that pointing at stuff while you have like no rank whatsoever is just fucking cringe. Shouldn't have his rifle at his side if he's not doing something better with the other hand. Shouldn't have his... I mean, that's true as well. That's definitely true as well. Like, why would he be using the pistol if he had the big rifle on standby, right? I mean, I could also just leave this guy alone for a second. Leave the bits with him. And just turn to the next. Because we do have 2 more Marines left. And maybe they'll have another option that'll be more to my liking, at least. Forgot you just do 160 infantry, move, and first rank, second rank fire with bring it down orders. I mean, sure, you know, that's what I used to do as well. That's, of course, what you're supposed to do. But I feel like the officers and everything just has gotten so much more boring. I even took, what's her name? The Creed lady with me. Uazuka Creed's, fucking... What's that? Like... Not nephew. I don't even know the word. What? I've been talking with my girlfriend about how we both have deteriorated so much. Oh, look at the Bladeguard Veteran. That just speaking and, like, simple menial tasks just have become such a... Not like a headache, but an actual, like, difficulty. We actually have a difficulty performing menial tasks, like, for example, peeling an orange. And that just has to be because we are just so enthralled in our work. Alright, this guy's completely already modeled up. Is there a comms left arm with a pop-up screen bent at the elbow? No, unfortunately not. Maybe with a different kit, because once again, remember, all of these guys are part of my girlfriend's advent calendar, so maybe if in a different package there is such an arm. But none of the ones that I have currently have such an arm. Yeah, I mean, I can leave this guy unfinished for the time being and wait for the rest of the advent calendar. But yeah, alright. Now it's time to just remove the mold lines as well. My girlfriend told me in horror how, or rather to my horror, that because she didn't take my tools, she wasn't like very sure how to cut out all of these guys. And so her tool of choice was a regular hobby knife. Or rather a, what we call in Germany, a Cuttermesser. And, Yeah, that's quite a bit more difficult than just using a clip cutter. And yeah, that's why the mold, not necessarily the mold lines, but like sprue bits are a little bit more pronounced here and there. At least she's always telling me like, oh, I did such a bad job, and then I'll just look at the miniature, and honestly, oftentimes I couldn't have done better with the tools that I have. And thankfully, she also told me that she only did like the first 10 miniatures like this, and after that, she met up with Theinrich, and he helped her with his tools. It might be an incursor arm. There is such a Primaris arm. I gotta have to look for it then. The thing is, if this guy is not going to be perfect right away, like, who cares? I have a bunch of Marines more left to be built and painted. In my image, all of Leviathan is still behind me. And the reason I haven't done them yet is because, again, I don't have that time, unfortunately. So, if you want to give me more time, consider becoming a subscriber. I only need 8 more to reach 4K. That's already a 10th of the way there till I reach the magical number of 40K. Just saying. And yeah, with that, you give me time in the sense that you feed my delusions of doing this maybe full-time, or at least as a part-time job. And then, you know, I can also paint more and stream more. Ain't that fun? Wouldn't that be fun? I definitely gotta work on the way that I do these segues for myself. But yeah, you know. It's so nice to see someone hold a hobby knife correctly. Oh yeah? Perfect. Oh, other people holding it. I gotta say, sometimes I've been in the hobby for I've already been in the hobby for quite a while. And sometimes I show other people how to, get into the hobby, what to do, how to paint their first miniature and stuff like that, like in real life, not only via video tutorials. And then I'm sometimes like astounded like where to begin. I was wondering, I found it nice, but at the same time a bit much of our professors to, when we started our illustration studies, our professors treated us like people who had never once held a brush or a pen even in their hand. And I was like, that's maybe a little bit much, don't you think? But then I started doing this myself a little bit, with trying to teach people how to paint miniatures. And yeah, some people just Alright. But some people just never had a brush in their hand. That's crazy to me, but at the same time, if I think about it for just 1 second, I'm just like, yeah, okay. Actually makes sense, like, how would you know that? If you've never delved into this hobby before. Lots of people hold it like a pencil, but you're holding it like a spoon. Like you're doing, offers the most control. Oh yeah, definitely. I think I've watched some... my gosh, my English today is like, my vocabulary just has gone out the window. Maybe because I've got a flask of turpentine in my room open for the first time in forever. And the fumes just making me loopy. That's also maybe where the headache is from. Hang on, I gotta open a window. Yeah, that's probably where the headache is from. At least I now know that I should indeed not paint in the same room that I also sleep in, which is going to make my diploma oh so more difficult. Thank you. Why can't I just do digital art like so many other people? Why do I want to make it in oil? But yeah, what I wanted to say originally was, I think I just saw how wood, not woodcutter, what do you call it when you shape wood with a knife? I'm missing the vocabulary, but basically when people do that, this is how they usually hold the knife. And I think that's where I picked it up from. Let the fumes consume you? Yeah, I mean, at this stage. By the way, where is the... Where... Why don't you... Why does the chat box not work today? That's so weird. Usually your chat appears on screen and today it isn't. Gotta look into that. Batman's Kitchen says physical art has very little risk of AI takeover. You'd hope so, right? I mean, yeah, that's of course a good reason to pursue stuff like oil painting when you try and do this as a job. The fumes have consumed the chat box? I mean, apparently, yeah. Damn! I've been streaming for weeks now. Like, consistently for weeks now, and still every stream has got its oddities out of nowhere as well. Definitely gotta look into that. Alright. There we go. The Bladeguard Veteran is definitely the highlight of today. So we had a Hellblast before, now we're doing the Bladeguard Veteran. And later on, I'm pretty sure there will be another Tactical Space Marine. Yeah, it's going to be very fun. Hang on, let me actually glue these parts together. So I can decide which arms to use. Okay, that's a lot of glue, but that's okay. Nope, first the greaves. Sorry. In a way that you guys can actually see what I'm doing as well. There we go. Greave number 1. Greave number 2. I am a bit part of me wants to do this guy like as a Dark Angel, but another part of me says, well, these Bladeguard Veterans are only like 3 guys and I already got like 1 Black Templar, so I think the other guys should be Black Templars as well. Alright, Rice is also back, saying, where we at? Well, I don't know where you're at, because for some reason the chat box doesn't work today. But, apart from that, we are currently at the Bladeguard Veteran, so the second miniature of today. That being said, the Hellblaster is still missing head and arm and pauldrons. The pauldrons by design, the arm because I don't have the head because I don't have the arm on yet. And he's missing an arm because I can't decide on what to do with him, so I decided to move right on to the Bladeguard Veteran. Francois says, only if you do non-metallic black? Yeah, I mean, that's what I tried with this Black Templar. Didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to. But, you know, it did get somewhere. Painting non-metallic black and like black armor in general definitely is on my to-do list for the next year. I wanna learn how to paint faces, and I wanna learn how to paint black armor properly, and I wanna learn how to use an airbrush. Couldn't do that before because I didn't own an airbrush before. But maybe after Christmas. Who will know? Who knows? Who knows? And also, sick as hell shield. I'm not a fan of these relic shields as a whole, but at least this one has a lot of ornaments like parchments and purity seals. It's always cool. Alright, there we go. Also, the helmets for these Bladeguard Veterans are so cool. I like them a whole lot. Like the classic medieval visor helmet. Oh, so good. Alright, the right arm, of course, has to have a sword. There we go. I think I nicked the sword a bit there. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. If you want to schedule a Zoom meeting with me, I'll give you a non-metallic black tutorial. That's a quite cool idea. I don't have Zoom though. But I think I'll think about that for a bit. Definitely not this year anymore, because I really literally don't have the time. But apart from that, yeah, thanks for the offer, by the way. Thanks for the offer first and foremost. And I'll see if I can get to it next year. At the same time, I also kind of want to do the, kind of want to try it myself, to teach it to me myself. Self-taught non-metallic metal black. I'm busy doing unspeakable things to my toenail. I won't give you more info than that. Why would you even give me this first bit of info? But yeah, okay. Aren't you supposed to be chilling with your girlfriend? What's your girlfriend think of that? Of this apparent toenail desecration? There we go. Then we have a nice pauldron with Klingenbrecher here. Blade Breaker. Scraping off the sprue bit. Nice, okay. This is for the left side. And then of course we need something else. I can help you with the faces too, by the way. I'll send you a collage of the faces I did. No, we were on a call. Oh, right. Zoom is free for you. I pay for it as a host. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the kind offers. I'll definitely think about it for the next year. There's so much to do for next year, though. Oh. The diploma in and of itself is going to be crazy. At least it's supposed to be, right? I know that it doesn't necessarily have to be. But to me, this diploma is literally everything. The better the diploma, the better the grade. But apart from that, the better the diploma, the higher the chance of it actually, you know, being able to be exhibited in a museum. And that would be just so fucking cool. Our art professor recently invited us, our like painting professor, recently invited us to a vernissage. So an art exhibition, like the start of an art exhibition, the first night, the premiere basically. And basically just to show us how to connect to people, how to move around and do all of that stuff. But I didn't go. For one, I didn't have time. I had to work on that weekend, I think. Pretty sure I went up north to work. But apart from that, I also didn't want to go because I was like, well, why am I partaking in a vernissage where, you know, actual artists that are exhibiting their work there when I'm not exhibiting myself, right? What's the point? Francois says, I'm retired. I'm available when you are. You just need to plan it out with me. I'll need some prep time, so on the fly won't work for me. Alright. So Museumsinsel is the final goal. Museumsinsel would be cool, but no. You want to know my actual goal for a museum? I want to exhibit in Münster. So the city of Münster. And the reason for that is because Münster, the Art Academy of Münster, was the one that rejected me the harshest. They sent me 3 letters, all of which empirically stating that I have literally not an ounce of creativity and artistic talent in my body. They couldn't find it. And that's why they rejected me. They basically said, you're as bad as it gets. Literally, like they had statistics and numbers and everything. And I was like, from that moment on, I was like, okay, first of all, I was very scorned the first time, and like, I was like, damn. Like, yeah, by Jesus, dude, what pricks and everything. Yeah, that one, they went kinda hard on me, not gonna lie. Though, again, basically, from that moment onward, I was like, you dicks. After recovering from those letters, I was like, alright, my goal in life is now to become a great artist and exhibit in Münster. And my first piece, if I ever were to exhibit, I'd put up, I still have the letters. I still have them framed, actually. Because I'm just that petty. And my first piece will be to hang the letters in front of my artwork, all of them stating that I have no artistic ounce in me. Just to get back at them. That's my goal. How the fuck do statistics tell how creative or talented someone is? I don't know. They basically, so the way that the what is it? Like the pre-test, the artistic test, worked is like you were supposed to hand in a map of your most recent works. You know, they weren't allowed to be older than 2 years, I think. And they should show a good variety of stuff. I handed in, I think, like 20 pieces. From like sketches over paintings, over miniatures even. And videos, you know, they literally wanted to have everything. Sketchbooks are also included. Big ones, small ones, you know, all of the sorts. And yeah, then they said, alright, Mr. Jan, we at the Art Academy of Münster, we do have a scale of 1 to 3 for the people who we accept here. And after reviewing your works, mind you, the minimum requirement to be accepted to the Art Academy is like 2.5, I think. But after reviewing your works, you come out to a solid 3. So literally bottom of the barrel of their Discord when? Oh, Björn! My man! The Discord has already long been established. For a week, have you not seen the link? Hang on. I'll post it to you. Hang on. We're all in here without you having the time of our lives. Oh yeah, right. Damn, I've been too busy to jump on here lately. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, me either, right? I've been away for 3 days now. Maybe even 4. So, let me quickly send you the link. You can also find it once again in my community tab. But this is the link to the Discord channel. Have fun. You thought European art schools would have learned the hard way to not be too harsh towards rejecting students? Well, I can assure you, so far I'm not necessarily inclined to head into politics. So far. Depends on how good my grade is going to be from my diploma. I'll do it a little bit longer, right? Makes no sense. It does. There are metrics for good art that sell product. Well, the way that I've been explained that these art academies choose their next, students, is that they basically look not necessarily for skill, but they look for something that they haven't seen before. They look for basically, a style or a genre that hasn't been explored, because the way that the art world works with these universities is that they want to support, basically, for example, the next great Van Gogh or the next great Marquise or Picasso, right? They want to say, this guy studied at our school. And it's not necessarily, so it's not about the quality of your work, but rather if it's basically been there already or not. And because my works were, at least I'd say so, on a rather good quality, but not very imaginative, you know, the scenes were all the same. It was a lot of fantasy scenes, a lot of you know, monsters, dragons, demons, knights fighting these demons and stuff. I definitely had a very clear theme. That's basically why they rejected me. They could have, you know, I get that, but they could have at least worded it a little nicer. Like, geez, is that so hard? All right. At least, yeah, okay. Rice says it as well. At least didn't start a new world war. So far. I just sent the collage, both the M and the parade channel. Bingo, I'll have a look at it once this guy is standing on his own 2 feet. What did I miss? You have a problem with school? No, I'm just telling the story of, you know, I just told about my diploma being on for next year. And the diploma on my art academy basically works as like a masterpiece for somebody who studies a craft like carpentry, for example. And so I do have to produce basically a work or a series or an expedition to be reviewed. And I said that I really want to put a lot of effort and work into that, because the better the diploma, the higher the chance that it will end in a museum to be exhibited, right? So I just want to make sure that I get the best chances to hopefully exhibit in the city of Münster, because they were the ones who rejected me the harshest, like the hardest. They sent me a very mean letter of rejection. But yeah. So I want to exhibit in the city that rejected me, framing the letters that they sent me, saying, "Alright, you pricks." You know? That of course would be my dream. And then everyone clapped story, basically, so... Hopefully that comes to pass, but you know. It's not the theme, it's the lack of the other themes at mediums. You could draw the best pencil art dragons on Earth, but it's all you can draw, they don't care. Yeah, but that's kind of weird, right? I was just coming out of school, you know, literally just got my A-levels, and I always thought that these schools were supposed to teach you, you know, all of that stuff. Not the inherent, maybe, genre of your paintings, but definitely, like, the skills. And so I was just surprised to see that not working out. Again, I get it, though. I know I still haven't handed in my diploma from 15 years ago when I finished Arts University, but it's good not to postpone it too long. Yeah. Wait, neither the emote wall nor the chat wall are working right now. Such a shame. Such a shame. Alright. This guy is standing on his own 2 feet. Now we continue on with his right arm, I think. Yeah. There we go. Really? Even the fist is separate? Okay, sure. Why not? You who paints dragons and demons and not naked women. I mean, if I had done that, they probably would have rejected me all the same, right? And I do gotta say, like, you know, for as much as I might be gassing myself up here, I get why the stuff that I handed in wasn't the most, like, the most awesome stuff in the world, right? Though still, you know. The thing that gets me is, like, obviously I'm not, like, I know at least how to work a panzer, right? This stream has turned into a coping session, but still, I do know how to work a pencil, right? And so what gets me is that they really gave me on their own scale, they gave me a 3 point, a solid 3 instead of a, what's it called? It's of a 2.6, which would have been enough for the rejection, right? But no, they went in all the way. They wanted to know. They wanted me to know that I suck. But that's fine. Back then it was devastating. Not gonna, like, don't get me wrong. I really, like, I opened. You gotta imagine the scene, right? I thought I was, like, easily gonna be accepted into art school, especially because the year that I made my A-levels had very little, like, comparatively speaking, graduates, so the chances were ever the more higher, and so I did have only little competition. And then, of course, I also I mean, this holster does fit, but fuck. Why does this not work? There we go. A little bit weird. Is this correct? Yeah. But again, to set the scene, I was convinced I'd be accepted. I convinced my family that I'd be accepted. So when the letter finally came, you know, the Academy of Münster has sent you a letter. Holy shit. You know, all the family had gathered up in that moment. I think even my grandma was there in the house during that moment. And I opened up the letter with everybody watching and cheering me on basically already. Only to reveal that not only had I been rejected, but in fact that I do not have an ounce of artistic talent in me at all. I gotta say, now, like, years later I laugh about it. But back then, that shit was devastating. I distinctly remember just taking a day of just laying in bed contemplating my life. That shit definitely, that hit a spot. Not gonna lie. But yeah. The main thing they teach is how to market your art and how to make it appeal more to people who don't understand art. You gotta show up with the talent. Yeah, it just. I mean, the art academy that I'm on right now doesn't do that. They teach you all the, of course, the marketing as well, right? And the way how to price your stuff, and the different guilds, like real art guilds that there are. But they also teach you a lot about the craft in and of itself. So I don't know why Münster's gotta be so edipetete with it. But again, enough about that, I think. Am I wrong, though? When's the last time you saw a dragon or a demon in a museum? Well, maybe I can bring it back with my diploma. As far as the story that I'm writing is concerned, there are no dragons to be found yet. But it's going to be at least a similar genre. Topless biddies on the altar of sacrifice is a must for any dragon or demon art. Right. And how am I going to show this to my grandma, man? Can't show grandma that. 99% of the time, people that don't understand art get convinced of the value of the art if they hear the story behind it. Oh, 100%. Even, like, I said this to my professor, who, like, teaches us picture theory, like, image theory, and art history and stuff like that, that there are a lot of pictures, a lot of paintings even, that I did not like, a lot of artists who I didn't like either. But after hearing the backstory and how the image was made and the context in which it was created, I loved the picture. I loved it. A lot of the pictures were really, really cool in that way, right? So, yeah, definitely. Like, even... I can definitely, like, as much as you might scoff at that idea, it is fair enough somewhere, somehow. Like, vlogging can be a good tool for an upcoming artist talking about HSI craft, train of thoughts and inspiration, while also showcasing the techniques and craftsmanship. I mean, that's what I tried, right? I made this lovely video. Hang on. I don't know if everybody is familiar with this video that I did. Didn't do well in terms of views, I'll tell you that. But it was very fun to create. And a great way for me to brag. There we go. Where's my face cam? Over here. Oh! Hey. Aha! See this video, what are finals like for an art student? I showed everything. I showed my work from like the worst. That's what you show? No wonder nobody's clicking on that. What the fuck? Excuse me? But yeah, that's you know, I show off the digital art, the painting that I did, the comic that I made, the ink stuff. So yeah, definitely. Showcasing techniques and craftsmanship. If you guys want, that's going to be a little bit of a maybe right here. But I do want to showcase the entire process of how I'm going to go about my diploma. Basically, a little bit like vlogging the entire process. So I hope you guys will be up for that, because that's going to be very interesting next year. Starting with a video just explaining the scope, what I want to do, and the story and everything, because it's going to be a book, it's going to be anything, everything. Back to painting. Or rather building. There we go. By the way, Boris Vallejo has demons and dragons in museums. He also paints bare titties. I mean, this is kind of fun, right? Oh my gosh, hang on. Can I even show this on YouTube? Hang on, I gotta show you one artist that we saw. What's his name again? Fucking Art Home or something? No. What's his face? Oh my gosh. If my girlfriend were to work in... Really? You're framing it the mysterious art? Are you fucking crazy? The guy was... Art from! Oh, hell yeah. Alright, hang on. Let me find a picture that is not going to get me fucking destroyed here on YouTube, right? Hang on. Give me a second, I'll show you. My gosh. This fucking guy. Like, bruh. I think this is innocent enough. My gosh. It even is like Erotica 6 JPEG. Alright. Whatever suits your fancy, man. Hang on. To be very sure, let me quickly just open up any picture and... Yeah, it's okay. And no. Okay, sorry. Sorry. There, I'll put a picture of an Inquisitor over the compromised parts, right? Can I do that? Can I shrink it down even more? Strip the Tarox for the 4th time now? Fuck my life. Damn, man. Like, doesn't really work. Can I... Like a smaller picture? Hang on. I know I'm disrupting the stream right now, but this is too good not to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is also a nice hint to a video project that's coming up. Hang on. Can I... Oh yeah, okay. This works. Right, there we go. The shit I've done, Lamau. The irony of me not being able to draw women properly, but having the ability to draw femboys is definitely there. What? Okay. My favorite fantasy artist is a Hungarian artist named Lunarev. She did my Dark Elf Girl. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Now, Boris Vallejo. Okay. The irony of looking for the next Van Gogh or whatever else in the artwork is were only appropriated after they died. I remember that vid. I don't remember leaving a comment though. That's okay. That's fair enough. Sounds sus. Okay, hang on. Let me show you. This is art from the artist Art From, he's called. I'm pretty sure I can show this, right? This guy. So, we were talking about, I don't even know the context anymore, like fucking like self-imagery or something. Or like, I think it was the introduction to the male gaze. 50s themed? Bingo. Because he is an artist from the 50s. And his pictures were incredibly popular. So if you want, you can Google him for yourself. His name is Art From. And this guy is fucking crazy. Pin-up girls are always popular. My brother in Christ. Have you seen what? Whoa, okay. I'll just put it there again. Just to be sure, right? There's nothing there to be seen. But still, I want to make sure that YouTube is alright with this. Brother. You see, this lady, he has done so many pictures. So, this is a picture of a lady whose panties are falling down, right? They're down here, right? And the guy just... Everybody in the background is staring at her, and she's like, oh, woohoo, ha ha ha, hee hee, you know? That is all his pictures are. Google Art From, and if he does it like, the first picture that I saw, I was like, alright, okay. Then I saw the second picture. It was basically the same, but like, the girl had a different dress. This is like deviant art, a deviant artist, right? And 10 out of 10 special effects, thank you. You know, this is deviant art before the website was around. Just basically the same theme over and over with different clothing and different situations. What the heck? I like art's art. Reminds me of all those great World War II propaganda posters. Brother, but it is all the same motive. It's so fucking lazy. And it's so weird as well. I don't know why. Like, the Renaissance artists... still, you know, did it beneath the veil of like painting nymphs and goddesses, and they reasoned themselves into, well, nymphs are creatures of nature, and so they wouldn't wear like anything to hide themselves behind, because again, they're part of nature, right? But this guy, this just feels like watching a guy paint his favorite fetish. I don't know, man. And also, I think, to be very frank with you, I think they're not even that well done, the pictures. They are alright, they're decent, sure, but the paintings are... It's like low-quality 50s pinup girls, right? And there are so many cooler ones. I don't know, I vibe with it, only because I'm a freak inside, alright, fair enough. I mean, there's gotta be a reason why this guy was popular enough. I'm not even saying this because, like, my girlfriend sits behind me, or because I'm a huge feminist or something. I'm not. But this is just so weird. This is the first piece of art where I'm actually, if somebody told me this is art only made for the male gaze, I would actually be like, you know what? In this very instance, yes, it actually fucking is. Holy shit. And again, I can't show you the search result. I'm pretty sure I can't show this on YouTube. I'm like 90% sure. So you may Google it for yourself. Just type in Art From in Google image search. Bro, he's made so many of these pictures. It's not even, is this weird? Because again, it is like watching a guy who's painting his favorite fetish, right? Nah, I get it, man. I've seen artists who do that. It's called a fetish artist. Yeah, man, what Fat Man said. Ah, damn, Fat Man got censored. See? That's why I knew this would happen. That's why I was so mad that the chat box didn't work today. Anyways. Alright, okay. Enough about Art From. Back to actual art. Back to the brink of art, lol. Waiting for the camera to reconnect. Bingo, there we go. Brother. And he's made so many of those. Like dozens. Dozens. And I'm also just like, you know, because these pictures were like popular back in the day, back in the 50s, I'm just always like thinking, imagine if you're like a fan of Art From, and he's pushing out, he's releasing his 37th you know, lady who's dropping her panties in public, and you're like, oh, my goodness me, Art From, he has done it again. What the fuck? Oh no, just funny. I thought I should show you this. Oh fuck. Now art is very good. Very good. He's popular because the women empathize with the subject, men empathize with the man in the painting, and there's a level of emotional excitement provoked by the eroticism. Nah, man. This is just Like, there, you could say this very statement to, like, Renaissance art of nymphs and goddesses and stuff, but you can't say this about him. I'm sorry. I have to heavily disagree. This guy is just painting his fetish and he's getting away with it. Like, and again, it's like, it's decent. Sure, I'm not trash talking the quality of the paintings, not necessarily. It's not like they're horrible or something. But they're nothing more than decent. Art from, gentlemen, I've done it again. Yeah. A 30, Mr. President, a second woman has lost her panties in the subway. My god. Again, just wanted to show this to you. To show you what I've learned in art school. I'm gonna layer on some Thunderhawk Blue now. Oh yeah, okay, best of luck, man. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't see what Fatman's Kitchen said. The guy got censored by YouTube Automod, and the chat box currently doesn't work, so I didn't see it. Alright, we have the choice between this pauldron. Pretty alright. We have the chance, we could give him a chainsword as well. Ah, we can't, okay, never mind. That's from the Terminator, from the Captain and Gravis armor, alright. And then we have this arm. It's pretty much doing the same thing, right? Now this one has it stretched out a little bit further. I think I'll do this. I like this a lot more, somehow. Let me collect the arms. There are a lot of people who build their Bladeguard veterans firing their pistols. Which I think, I do kind of get it, you know? It is kind of an iconic pose for these guys to have. At the same time, I'm just like, though, like, they are Bladeguard veterans. Why are you letting them fire their pistols, right? But yeah. If you can make a living, become a known person because of your art, then you're very good. I mean, fair enough. I guess you could say that. But bruh. I mean, he's literally, like, his name is art, you know? It's like... I once read a story about a doctor whose name was Chad Doctor. Like, Chad was his first name, and Doctor was his last name, and he became a medical professional, an actual doctor. So yeah, Doctor. Dr. Chad Doctor. God damn it. Hang on, I forgot to remove the mold lines here. The sprue bits. But yeah. That's it for art from. How about I'll just clip the whole thing and let the comment section decide on if this guy deserves his status as a well-known artist. Or rather, a successful artist. I mean, I get it as well, you know, somewhat. But bruh. It reminds me of Major Major. Oh yeah, that was also a great clip. Wasn't that like... What was that? Band of Brothers? No, hang on. Sorry. I only saw the clip on YouTube, and be very honest. You can make a living and be really bad just because some billionaires want to do some money laundering. I mean, you know, again, it was the 50s, right? I guess I get why the people back then liked that stuff and paid money for it, right? But still. I could talk a lot about like different artists, like people who I think are overrated, people who I think are underrated. But Art From was just... Art From was actually crazy. I don't know. We have seen a lot of art that could probably be framed as somewhat scandalous in like during our course of study. But this was like all of this leaves me cold. Like I don't care. But that one, he in particular, I don't know. With him in particular, I was like, bruh. Full Metal Jacket? No, was it? No, I don't think so. The quote, Major. The Klingenbrecher is in the way. Hang on, what? Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, there's a massive... How would the pauldron fit? Look at this massive sprue bit that I completely overlooked. No wonder that didn't work. Let me shave this off completely. I'm actually astounded like how precise you can work with the dull blade of a hobby knife. There we go. Alrighty. Now let's glue this bad boy on. Lemao Yan, you silly goob. What? There we go. Work? I think so. Catch-22 reminds me of... Oh, Catch-22 by Hella. Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh, you mean the sprue bit? Ah, okay, I get it. Alright. Can the arm please just, like, work? I mean, this is probably good enough, right? Lemao, that made my day. Good to hear, man. Dr. Chad, Doctor? Yeah. Really bad as an artist, I mean, yeah. I've also forgotten a few sprue bits sometimes. Haven't we all been there? Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes it hurts me to, like, see sprue bits on miniatures that I get from eBay. That I do, like, eBay rescues on. And then I'm, like, halfway done with the paint job. Like the Vargskyer, for example. I think I still have him on my desk somewhere. We were basically done with layering the what's it called, the skin, and then I spotted a huge sprue bit on his arm, so I had to do a lot of work to cover that back up. All right, this time Games Workshop actually does know how Bezigeuse work. So, come on. Do they, though? Hang on. God damn it! Ah! The Bezigeuse! No! What? It's lodged in between his knee now. I think I gotta take this pistol off again. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. My wife says I'm a few sprues loose. A few okay. Okay. Bingo. There we go. Oh, by the way, the music has stopped. And DaVinci has failed to back up. Okay. Fair enough. Then I will close the application. How about that, DaVinci? How about that? Save and close. Alrighty. And then start another music selection. Jasper Noctis Jazzy 6 from Bayoshi. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'd rather not. Okay. I'm confused what we're talking about. A what now? We're talking about sprue bits, man. Okay. Who was another artist that I just couldn't get behind? Sometimes I also like don't remember the artists, but like the art that they do. Like one time we, like very early on in our days, we talked about an artist who made a sculpture, quote unquote, and the sculpture were, I think, like 36 metal squares that he ordered from a metalworking factory and just laid them on the ground like tiling. I don't remember the name of the piece. I only thought it was stupid as shit, but my professor really liked it because he was like, "Oh, it's a piece of art that's like approachable, you know? It's so neat to have something, a piece of art that's like approachable. You can experience it. You can walk atop of it, and it will transform your viewpoint of like the way that you experience art and that what art does to you and stuff like that. And I was like, that's just like complete bullshit. Imagine me like trying to go to the hardware store, right? And getting myself one of these like pre-built garden houses. And I just build that up in a museum and say, oh look, my art is even better. You can actually fucking live in it. Wow, isn't that crazy? So nah. Funnily enough, the classroom was split on that. on these different statements. So like half the class was like, oh yeah, this doesn't make any sense. And the other half was like, no, this is actually genius. No. Okay, on. I think this part over here might actually be for this. Maybe. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Cool. I love adding details to an already very detailed miniature. Look at how many parchments he has. This guy is going to make for a great Black Templar. Ah yes, modern art, yeah. You gotta draw a furry age, then the teacher will give you an A. Let's just say that I doubt that. Alright. Very nice, very neat miniature. Do I have anything else that I could give him? There are probably some like more parchments that I can find here or there. But in terms of like actual bits, I think I'm done. Cool. Okay. Fancy kids in a bin there, done that. You can stick an apple in a water bucket and say this is art. What the fuck, man? Got an FA? Oh shit, man. I've commissioned dark elf art. What kind of art are we talking about here? But yeah. I've commissioned some great artwork. An artwork that is now actually, legitimately, by law, considered illegal. So I'm a bad boy. The art you can show in work. Okay, fair enough. So this bag is empty. We built this marine. This bag is empty. We built this guy as well. Only leaving this guy with a circle. Hang on. And there has to be one more. There actually has to be one more. I don't know where. Hang on, where are you? Where is he? Somewhere around here has to be like a sergeant or something. Oh shit, where did I put him? Oh, there he is. Number 14. Even still in the wrapper. This guy standing on his own 2 feet, yes? Oh yeah. Sorry. Going to show the collage, right? By the way, is the music a little loud? Because I did turn it up a little bit. But just because it's loud on my end doesn't mean it's loud on your end. If these OBS metrics are to be believed, it's actually rather fine. Where do we have the Discord? Or rather, you have sent it to me. Now I'll have a look in Stream Parade if there's anything else. There he is, okay. Let's go. Maybe turn it down a tick, otherwise it's okay. Okay, back in time to build? Nice. Alright. Let's put it down a notch. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So there are actually a couple of pictures that are here for me to look at, so I will happily oblige. Before we do that though, let me quickly turn down the music a notch as by your request. There we go. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Starting with, hang on, by price. Latest crisis suit, team-led, is now drying. Gonna throw in a little grass and splatter light little blood. Okay, he looks crazy in this lighting, not gonna lie. He does. This guy, Price, he's actually been not only very like fairly good at painting his Tau, but his like pictures are also somewhat like immaculate. Like the way that this lighting is falling on this miniature. I don't know how he does it. Probably on accident, but you know. Why does it have Borderlands vibe? I like it. Yeah, kinda, right? Or like the Nerf. It kinda looks like Nerf. Like the Nerf waters, the Super Soakers, right? Hell yeah. Actually quite nice. I think if I remember correctly, this guy hasn't really painted that many miniatures so far, and is currently following a speed painting tutorial, and, you know, with a fairly good result. Very nice. Definitely tabletop ready, and as I said previously, a very nicely vibrant orange as well. That's not, like, that can be quite a hassle to do this. Music is nice. Oh yeah, Price Not Right is already here, by the way. Honestly, I didn't even go for cell shading, but the lighting, but in the lighting it turned out nice. Haven't tried the contrast stuff just yet. You don't need contrast, trust me. You're doing very fine. If you leave out contrast out of your like repertoire for the longest time, I think you'll learn quicker and more than if you incorporate it. Contrast, in my opinion, should only really be used for a shading. Like if you, for example, use Apothecary White to shade white cloth, for example, or white areas in general. And other than that, they should be used as like glazes. I don't really think that you should use contrast paints in the way GW advertises it. Durin says, I love me some grim dark Tau. If they're too clean, they just end up looking like kids' toys. Yeah, this guy definitely does not. He definitely does the job. You did very well. Very nice. Very nice. I want to paint up some Tau myself sometime, but gotta see if Theinrich wins the bet against me. I agree, looking back at my older stuff, it looked a bit too clean. All Necron stuff, they love contrast. Yeah, sure, I think on Necrons, rather on Necrons than anybody else. Alright, and a couple of faces from Rice. Alright. The award-winning painter in this Discord. And definitely a lot of like this face. Like this one right here. Hang on, I'll have to put it like this because of my own face. This one right here is very nice. Very subtle shading going on. Very, very lively as well. Okay. Price says, thank you, I've only really started around summer. For contrast, I just kinda wanna try Zenithal stuff on a random mini for the month I got. Oh yeah, sure. Okay, for contrast, I just wanna try the Zenithal stuff on a random mini of the month I got. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's completely fine. Yeah, the faces are very good, very nice. I like how there's definitely a lot of like contrast going on, very much in these like upper ones here. Hang on, that's not what I wanted. Let me pull down my own face here. Or rather, deactivate my face game for a second. There's definitely a lot of contrast going on here, like, or rather thick layering. But the way that you established the base doesn't like make the contrast appear too stark, which is very nice. This is a, like, I do this the wrong way around. I end up with too much contrast. So this is quite nice. Damn, that face detail goes crazy, says Price Not Right. Oh yeah. Very different faces. This also is very nice. Like, even the subtle OSL effect. Like, even a proper subtle OSL effect here. Not the stuff that I do, like how I do it. Okay. Yeah, definitely, like, these two. Like, this is probably my favorite. Very well done. And this one comes right after him. Very nice. And there we go, the complete army. Did you partake in armies on parade? What is that? Medal? That's cool. Also very nice base, by the way. Very nice base decorations. This goes very hard. Like the tundra, savannah-esque vibe. Savannah, right? They're very nice. I gotta look more into base decoration myself. Dang. Very nice Tau army. Like Tau, yeah, regiment. Those top three were some of my first, as well as the Skitari. The chaplain I'm most proud of? Hell yeah. You should be. That medal is just proof that I spend too much. Oh right, is this one of those coins that you get after spending like 50 bucks or something? I'm missing some contrast complementary colors on the Tau army. Well, I get what you mean. Though I'm a big fan of just orange and white. I'm a big fan of the 212 clone regiment from Star Wars, which also have like this scheme going on. And I think that's okay. Oh, you're using blood for the blood god, aren't you? Here, like on the blood splatter. Here as well. That's very thick. That's very thick. For blood splatter, maybe you should look to using more like just dark red paint, thin it down with water and then spray it on. Blood for the Blood God has a very, like, dries on very thick because it really is supposed to be thick blood dripping from a blade that just pierced an enemy. I think, at least for my taste, you know, I'd go with just regular red paint to splatter it on. Very true, it was a bit thick, huh? Yeah, well, you know. Just my opinion. I'm missing... Yeah, so other than that, they're Gucci, like blue glowy eyes, for example, or some green. I think he does have that, though. Maybe not with these guys, but definitely with the other guys. He does have a little bit of blue in there. There we go. We've got some blue on the energy of this weapon here. There as well. I'm seeing some blue. Yeah. I'm not quite sure if the blue would stand out too much if the lens would be blue, for example. At least a light blue. Like, if this lens was the same color as this, I think that might be a bit much. I'm actually more of a fan of this, like, more toned down approach. Tamiya Clear Red is perfect for more dried blood, especially mixed with brown or black paint. Oh, really? Okay. Still so much for me to learn. I really appreciate what is happening here, like with the Discord channel and the channel in general. Very cool. Okay. Actually, like, there are 2 more Marines that have to be built. We've been streaming for close to 2 hours now. And I do still get some editing done. You guys have seen what I still need to do. So what I'm thinking is, as like a little bit of a highlight and a stream anniversary, I want to do something special with you guys. Because, according to YouTube, today marks the birthday of this channel, somewhat. Apparently, this channel is already 5 years old. I've been on YouTube producing content for 5 years now. Now, for Warhammer related content, only like around 3, I'm fairly certain. It's more like around 3 years, and my first video, like after that there was a big gap. But I want to see the recap that YouTube has prepared for me. Hang on, I'll have a look at it first myself off camera before I put it on. Simply because I don't know, like, you know, if they would say tell me, oh yeah, by the way, we've sent all the money to this very bank account. You know, I'd like you to rather not know about that. But apart from that, hang on, where is it? Where is it? Hello? Where's my anniversary? Anniversary message. Hello? I'm on my dashboard and I can't find it. Is it only on my mobile app? Hang on. Stream anniversary? Oh, let's go. Sweet. Thank you guys. I'm very excited as well. Though, I can't find the message anymore. Hang on, maybe here in the... Yeah, no. Oh, what's going on? YouTube hyped me up so much, and now I can't find it. What? Maybe in analytics or something? Ah! so mean? Oh, sorry, I thought I'd have a nice recap for you guys. They even advertised it to me. Dang, but apparently not. Cringe YouTube? Yeah, apparently. Dang. Okay. Do I have anything else? Like, I do like to have a look at my analytics, but hang on. I want to show you guys the views over the last 90 days. Can I do that without showing you guys too much? Hang on. Not really. Okay, I'll post these statistics then in a more edited form then, just to be safe. According to your about section, it says 8th of September. Really? What I can do though, hang on. What I can do though, you guys would be up for it. Great. Great to see these recommendations. Let's go. If we go, so if we have a little bit of a look ourselves, I'm very proud with how many videos there are currently on my channel. It's been quite nice to be able to look back and see that I've actually been rather busy. Though, going all the way back, yes. So my oldest video, dang! I've been doing YouTube content for 4 years now. So yeah, I did this, oh my gosh, I did this LARP trailer. Hang on, let me pull that one up. I did this LARP trailer using a bunch of footage from other YouTube channels and also mainly the Conquest one. The Conquest of Mythodea one. I asked them for permission and they were like, okay, usually we don't do this, but for you, we make an exception. And this was like the very first content that I uploaded to this channel. Because back in the day, I wanted to be a, damn it, dude, I remember that? How? Really? You've been on here for this long? Okay. Really? Okay. Cool. Holy shit. And yeah, I did do some content myself. It's somewhere around there. It's not only like stolen footage, but not stolen, but like requested footage. A true OG, yeah. Somewhere in there should be a picture of me, like a scene of me and my my sister in like our LARP armor back then. I don't mean I saw it when it came out. Oh, right, okay, that makes a lot of sense because back then I had like 15 people or something. Yes, there we go. Hang on. Can I stop at like a moment where I don't look like a zombie? Yes, look at this. But when I first found you, I've watched all your vids. Oh dang, even this one. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, that's cool. But yeah, dang, in the backyard of my grandma. Threw on my armor. Hell yeah, I'm looking hella spiffy. Put on all of this scenery. This took so much effort only for it to be this little in frame. Bruh. Dang. My sister as well. Dang. Oh my gosh, Young Yun, yeah. Wild times. And that was basically all that was from me. The rest was like, again, requested and footage that I asked. I think I even say this in the description. Yeah, there we go. Almost none of these scenes are mine. Hell yeah. Back in the day when Article 13 got voted into the EU, where I was like very wary of making sure that I don't infringe on on anybody's copyright because I was like terrified back then. This video also immediately got a strike, like a strike for a what's it called? Violation of terms of service. Immediately after uploading my very first video. I've been a very naughty boy. And the reason for that is because I didn't have a thumbnail ready to go. And I didn't know how to do this. So at first, the first thumbnail I had with this was like basically YouTube picked the thumbnail for me. So they basically went through the video and there is a certain scene that they picked. Hang on, I gotta somewhere around here, they used, yeah, they used this image for the thumbnail. And, you know, quite a brutal scene. I was like, oh yeah, that's a nice thumbnail. That will get people to watch this video. But of course, you know, for the outside viewer, that's not fake blood. That's not LMAO, the house always wins. Yeah, right? Like, what is this? YouTube chose this thumbnail, and I was like, ooh, man, I maybe gotta choose a thumbnail myself. And before I could do that, like I was literally about to change the thumbnail, YouTube was already like, hey man, your thumbnail is violating YouTube terms of services. This is not a strike, just a violation, just a warning. And I'm just like, bruh. Even like my voice cracks so bad. I got around to the gym, have a good one. Alright, Duran. Have fun at the gym. Get yourself the gains. But yeah, holy shit. That were like some wild times. After that, of course, long pause, and then the channels that inspired me to start with like miniature painting were definitely Midwinter Minis and Shadiversity of all people. Turning into a real spaceman, yeah, hell yeah. Or rather a real dwarf. A real dwarven Chad over there. But yeah, then of course like the older videos, and then we've got Cursed City over here. The first big series that really brought in a lot of views. Crazy times. My first experimental thumbnail, fucking the Ratatouille guy, I felt so smart choosing this thumbnail. And this video as well. So cool. So cool looking back. You can also clearly see when I got my iPad, right? So I wished for an iPad to do digital art on, because of, you know, Procreate and everything, the app. And you can clearly see when I got it, because all of these pictures are more or less like just edited in DaVinci. Yeah, in DaVinci Resolve, like embedded, and then use that, or like just clips from the video, right? And here is like the first one where I actually edited it myself in DaVinci Resolve, like the Ratatouille one. And then you uploaded it secondarily. Holy shit, my channel is old as Doom. 2016? Dang. Got a full-on strike because I used Doom 2016 in music clips several years back. Full-on strike? That's insane. They have Imperial Knight motivated me enough to buy and paint one. Oh yeah, same. The Midwinter Mini video on the Knight was crazy. Same like the other one as well, Miniac. His Knight video is also great. 5 years ago? Yeah, right. A lot of Cursed City, the goddamn challenge. Yeah, that was crazy. Ataraxia Painting Studio. She reached out to me. Holy shit, look at that beard though. My gosh. What was I thinking? Gosh, the editing and the way that I spoke. Yeah, that was like, I got challenged to paint for 24 hours. Ataraxia Painting Studio, she hit me up via Instagram. She hit me up, which I thought to be crazy, because back in the day I had like, not even 1,000 subscribers, I had like 800, and she already was like close to 3. So it really felt like some big YouTuber reaching out to me, right? It was crazy. And then what was that? What was the problem? Oh yeah, right. And she challenged me to do this back in the day, like when all of these 24-hour challenges were launched from like Midwinter Minis, Goober Town Hobbies, all of these people. And damn the editing back then, dude. And so I thought, okay, let's do something like that. Unfortunately, we did a bit of miscommunication, because as it turned out, it wasn't supposed to be a 24-hour painting challenge, but just a painting all night challenge. So that was fun to find out at like 5 in the morning, where she was like, all right, I'm gonna wrap up. And I was just, what do you mean wrap up? We're like halfway through only. But yeah. Yeah, no lie, dude, I couldn't upload or like comment after that for 3 months. That was hell for a moody teen. Dang. Bruh. The fuck was that beard? You gotta remember, not only did my family see me with this beard, I also worked like in service with this beard. Like, look at this. Dang. I sounded a bit. How old is the channel today? 5 years. 5 years according to YouTube. It's been 4 years of me doing 4 years. 4 years of doing YouTube content. Like, of properly doing YouTube content. Damn. It's actually crazy. And I'm just about to hit 4,000 subscribers. Younger than mine. Yeah. My gosh, those were the days. I don't want to go through everything, but there are definitely some. My gosh, the ASMR Toba. Holy shit. That was a flop. Oh, holy shit, but that one got 62 views, at least. At least. That one was also the best, although you know, the writing wasn't the best in the world. It was very fun to do these, though. Yeah, this one I got accused of clickbaiting, just because I misunderstood the stuff that I've researched. Whoops. Ooh, 900 views as well. Nice. Yeah. My first proper upload was 5 years ago. Dang. How I paint orc skin, 117 views and like 8 likes. That's quite good. 8 likes. Holy shit! Legionary Decanus donating 50 shekels, saying happy 5 years of YouTube. Thanks! Hang on. Why does this not work though? Why did... No notification, no nothing. I think Streamlabs might be down. But yo, 50 shekels. That's like... I don't even know what that is in Europe. Thank you so much, holy shit. Yeah, it's been crazy. Happy 5 years of YouTube. Thank you very much. I hope I'll be here for a lot longer. Screw you, Legionary, wanna do that too? Oh no, please, guys, I don't do this as like, let's celebrate, let's all, you know, let's all send me some money. That's not what I wanna do with this. This is just a spontaneous idea. Having a job is nice because I can do this. Well, having no job is nice because I can appreciate it so much more. Or rather, a seasonal job, that is. Well, screw you, Jan, I have free. No. Okay, I'm ending the stream right now. No. Hey. No. Listen. This is not... You can donate all you want once we go into next year, because then I'll do more. I want to do more content. This is not... No. Hey. I have no money, so I'll do it later. Lol, how? No, don't you do it. You're already a member, Rice. You're already giving you money monthly. Every month for doing jack shit. I upload like once a month and... My gosh. I gotta say, as much... Like, I love doing this content, like the painting content. I really love it. I love to do it. But sometimes I just really have the urge to do like the reaction video, and then of course the big talking video that I will upload tomorrow. Though it does feel like cheap content. So every time I upload a video like this, right, the reaction or the discussion tomorrow, please know that it definitely feels like cheap content to me. Even if it does, even if it is not cheap content, I'm just like, every time I upload a video like that, I'm like, I'm not doing my audience any favors here. But I hope you like them anyways. Audio lost? Oh, really? Oh, what? Am I back? Can you hear me? Hello? But yeah, Legion Decanus, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 4 very good years on YouTube so far. 4,000 subscribers might not be a whole lot, but it is a lot to me. And I feel like currently, hang on, let me see if I can show you the graph. I just want to see views. Can I do that? Just that, without the other stuff. No. Can't I do just views? Views and then last 90 days. Oh yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Okay, I can show you this. This is my graph for the last like 20 days, right? In terms of views. Lol, the Steam notification. Yeah, Doc's my friend right there. Don't care, love your work. Thank you. Here you can really see where I started to put in the biggest amount, like the largest amount of effort that I've ever put into this channel. Uploading daily, even if it just is shorts, like shorts and live streams and stuff. But here you can also see, I'm very glad to see this, that it has increased the amount, like 25,000 views on this day. Insane. 30k? Anyways, I don't look at these numbers too often, so this is news to me. I know it was going great, but I didn't know it was going this great. And that's definitely something that I do wanna continue. Holy crap, that graph, nice. Yeah, right. I'm very happy to see this. And again, this makes me very hopeful and optimistic for the future. Who knows what the future will bring. Also, like 114 subs. So even though I'm like not as big of a channel right now after these 4 years, now really like the next year and this, like the last 3 months have been and will be the time frame that I'm putting in the most amount of effort to see if this will work out. The YouTube gods have rewarded you. Yeah, thankfully, right? If this graph would be here after all this effort, it would definitely be sad. Yeah, you're 10 subs away. Not only 10 subs, I'm 8 subs away currently. Except if somebody watched this stream and was like, nah, this loser's just talking about himself, just self-glazing. I'm unsubscribe. The day is now, we're almost there. Yeah, hopefully till the end of the month, right? Alright. But I think that's it. Rice says, by far my best performing vid was my vision vid that I had a collab with Mishmash. Miss doing that. Ooh, cool. Alright, I sub for you. Thank you. So 1 million subs by this time next year? Sure. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you very much for watching this stream. The people spotted you there saying hi, missus. Best regards from my girlfriend as well. Alright, guys. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed today's stream. Thank you for being around, and hopefully, I hope that I'll continue to put out the content that you enjoy, put out the content that makes you want to stay subscribed, and hopefully get some more people in here. And if everything goes well, you will not be able to get rid of me. Alright. See you next stream. Yeah. See you guys probably tomorrow. As I said at the beginning of the stream, for this week I don't want to do any commitments. I appreciate the tips as well, everybody. Yeah, it's been a great community. Alright, okay. I'm always doing these outros for way too long. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Have a nice night. I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Bye bye.